Organo. I don't know who that is. His sister. Yeah, John Carroll, his son Dano lives there in that house, and he was saying that his ex-sister-in-law got into a wreck, and I don't even know her. I didn't know that Dano had a daughter. I didn't know that. And she called me on this 6 months ago, like dumb because I was because I was anonymous. And I was like, because I didn't so I didn't do that. But she has the paper. Come over here. So how we doing? Let's go. I don't remember the description. Used to be out there. Carol. They own an aspect of there, and we can order that aspect there. The Chavez is in that Lori and Brianna Chavez. She was a mortgage on that house. And she's like, Michigan or oh, back there. Okay. And I guess I need to see if I can get hold of Dan or looking at it. It's one of the bloody things. Hey, everybody call this meeting to order. We'll have the reading of there's minutes up here if anybody didn't get any. There's a sign-in sheet up here for anybody who didn't get any. Get one, sign in. I had 3 meetings this week. I don't know. KB Homeowners Association monthly meeting January 14th, 2020. Oh, I see potatoes the 11th. The January 14th meeting was called to order at 6:05 p.m. by President Michael Poshkevich. Board members present were Michael, Jack Walker, Lupe Gonzalez, and John Volkman. Marty Swisher was excused from the meeting. Also present were Chelsea that right? Chelsea Egelmeyer, Tabitha and David Happel, Chester Havens Sr., Chester Havens Jr., Ricky Shannon, Heather Watkins, Robert Humphreys, May Folsom, Jeanette, what is Jeanette's last name? Pat Horton's lady, Jeanette. Jack Johnson, Shelby Sharp, and Georgina Groom. Michael invited the Saguache County Sheriff's officers, Wayne Clark and Dominique Valquez, along with the Colorado Humane Society's field investigator Gerald Garcia to the monthly meeting. The officers and the investigator came to discuss the ongoing loose dog and livestock issues here in the KV. It was stressed again by the officers that homeowners need to maintain their animals. It was also stressed that the animals need to have adequate and proper food, water, shelter, and care. It was also discussed that if a homeowner must put an animal down to make sure that it does not suffer and that the shooting is done safely and correctly. They also said to document everything from with dates, times, photos, and to talk to the owner first to try to resolve the issue. However, the homeowner has a right to defend one's self if there is a threat. The officers gave out some business cards and the Saguache County Dispatch phone number, which is 655-2525. Michael read the minutes from the December monthly meeting as well as the minutes from the special meeting on January 7th. There were a few minor corrections and additions to the minutes, and Jack made a motion to accept the December minutes, and Luby seconded. Luby then made a motion to accept the special meeting minutes, and Jack seconded. The list of bills to be paid was also read by Michael. John made a motion to pay, and Jack seconded. The road grader and the grading of the roads was discussed again. Michael has someone to come and look at the grader to see what needed to be fixed on it to get it running. Also in the spring, John made a motion to put up street signs on all the roads. Currently without them, that will cost approximately $2,600, and Jack seconded. The annual HOA dues were discussed and clarification on when the due date is on them. The former board members changed the billing rules, and that needs to be changed. Jack made a motion to remove the $3 processing fee, which I thought was $5, when a homeowner is making payments, and John seconded the motion. And then the motion was made by Jack to remove the $100 lot transfer fee, and Luby seconded the motion. The HOA dues are due on January 1st of each calendar year, and late fees are added to the amount after June 30th of the calendar year, and that's interest, not late fees. The 3.5% credit card processing fee will remain because that is what the company charges us to use the service. That's the company that processes the credit. Michael wants a committee for the holidays. He nominated Heather, May, Tabitha, Chelsea, and Jeanette to head it. All ladies said they were interested in creating it. They ladies are tasked with choosing the holidays and setting a dollar amount for each with board approval. The ladies need to get together with each other and plan dates such as Easter, July 4th, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. Also, it was discussed about more community events such as a chili cook-off to bring the community together. Jack made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:55 p.m. and John seconded. These minutes were written by Tina Groom, secretary. You've heard the reading of the minutes, other than a couple minor corrections. Are there any corrections or additions? Do I have a motion on the minutes? Sure. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Short, sweet, and correct. The last page is the bills. Bill, financial report and pay bills. The bills to be paid are Southern Colorado Water, $580, Consolidated Communications for February phone, is that phone and internet? Okay, $151.15, San Luis Valley Electric for February electric, $1,196.77. Jones Oil for February propane, $428.80. Conley Waste for February trash, $25. Ruby Gonzalez, February maintenance, $1,200. Tina Groom, February wages, $1,200 for a total of $4,781.72. Credit card charges was U.S. Blue Book for the new chlorination pump for the North Well House, and parts, hoses, $755.30, and Murdoch's for tools, $401.99 for a total of $1157.29. You've read the bills. What's your pleasure on the bills? Do I have a motion to pay the bills? Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? You have to pay it. Do we have any old? Does anybody have any old business? Old business.
I do have some old business. You stated in the last month's meeting that you would be checking on the price of repairs on that road grader out there to be putting it back in service. What's the news on that?
I did not say that.
That's right here in your meeting notes.
I said that someone's coming to look at the grader.
Yeah, has there been? Okay. Simply ask questions. No, it has not happened.
Is that all? Is that all that you had?
I've got
in old business.
Old business, but I got 10 questions in new business.
Old business.
Yes, anyone would list the holidays in the lower amount submitted to you.
Oh, did you guys get those? That'll be new business. Do that under new business. And oh, that's awesome.
I just,
Oh, there's Chelsea.
yeah. We're all here except for Brandon. Sorry.
I was like, I would have sworn she walked in, and then I always pronounce her name wrong, and I'm looking for her, like, help me with this name. She's not here. Okay. Yeah, let's do that in a new business. It's old business, but it's new business because the new things that you're doing we'll call that new business. Good. So any more old business? Let's do new business, and we have Chester Hemmings Jr. on as new business, and we'll do him first, and then we'll do the rest of our new business, and then we'll go home.
Okay. I asked
How you doing, Marty?
Okay. I asked on the internet on both groups for people to submit questions that couldn't be here. They wanted the board to answer. And I picked 10 questions that came up most frequently. And some of them might get pretty controversial, so brace yourselves. Okay, question 1. Why hasn't the board of directors of the KD started an architectural committee, water committee, and road and bridge committee?
Okay, are you going to read all 10 of them, or do you want a response? Okay.
I'll read them one at a time, and then you guys respond. As a board, not just the board president, but each member of the board. Because you all are a board. The board isn't just one person. There you have all your members there. You can answer these questions, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I just read the first one. Why hasn't the board of directors of the KV Estates started an architectural committee, water committee, and road and bridge committee?
Road and bridge.
or ditch, because we don't have a bridge, but we do have ditches.
I thought we were reading all of them.
No, one at a time.
Read one and then.
Oh, I was waiting for him to read the next question. The reason that I'm not interested in any of the above is because I don't think we need it.
Well, okay.
What's the other thing?
Yeah. Covenants and bylaws.
Says that you have the abilities to form
But state
committees.
statute,
It does not
Kiowa
say
says
that
you
we don't
have,
that we have to.
Kiowa says you have to.
Next question.
Okay. Number 2, why are we on the installation of water meters and being in compliance with water court rulings that say we have to have all these meters installed on private residents by May 21 of 2021? And what do we have to do to come into compliance with the water court rulings?
Those dates have been pushed back almost to 2025 because Subdistrict 5 has just barely been formed, and they first have to do their rules and regulations, and then they go from there, and they haven't even started the preliminary rules and regulations. I've been going to those water meetings, and then after that, then we're going to start figuring out a fee structure, because we're going to have to start buying our water from ourselves. That we're pumping out of our own wells. And so they haven't even started the rules and regulations. They haven't created the fee structures yet. And then you do your contingency plan. And then from there, after all of that is done, which we're looking at 5 years, then they will institute, if they decide to institute, meters. And
Okay.
meters are getting pushed just way back. Subdistrict 1 is the town of Center, and they actually are doing pretty good. They're moving along pretty good, and the town of Center is putting meters in, but Subdistrict 1 is actually starting their, that subdistrict itself is doing what they're supposed to be doing, but all the other subdistricts, they're having meetings, and it's general public information meetings, and they have not even started. And the meetings are very boring because you hear about, this person's opinion and that person's opinion and that person's ideas month after month after month, and I've gone to about 6 of those meetings, and they haven't even started putting pen to paper on anything.
Okay. Now, question number 3, and mind you, these are questions I pulled off the internet. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. Okay. How many lawsuits is the KV Estates currently involved in as either a defendant or including foreclosures?
No. Now,
Right now, currently.
that are already, we have the Havings lawsuit, and we have we have been brought into the Tina Swisher lawsuit, and we have the Danny Mondell foreclosure that ends in 2 days.
Okay. Thank you for answering the question.
And that's it. Then we do have 2 more foreclosures that are starting, but the paper shuffle hasn't even started.
Okay.
And
Like I
those
said,
names
these are
I will not
questions off the
mention
internet.
because the people don't know yet. The board knows, I don't know, John, I think I told you already, but the board knows who the people are. But we are going through, I showed you guys a big yellow envelope several months ago. We had like $38,000 in back assessments that were not paid for just 2019. I could do something with $38,000. You know, everybody's got their, you know, y'all wanna do roads, y'all wanna do playgrounds, you wanna do barbecues. You know, everybody has their own ideas of what they wanna do. With that $38,000,
I want a brand new truck.
he wants a brand new truck. We all could do something with that money, but we don't have it. But what we're doing, because it takes so much money to do the foreclosures, is we are looking at the people that are just so, you know, if you're less than $1,500 behind in your assessments, we're not even looking at it. Because there are so many more that are more than that. And so
Okay.
those are the ones that we're going after to try to recoup something. And I was hoping that Danny Mondell would be here today, and he's not. But
Okay, now, question number 4.
So does Jimmy get stuck with all of his trash?
I'm praying he has 2 more days.
I have a question.
I can blow it up in a day and still have it.
Tabitha had an idea. Hang on just a second. I am praying so badly that he will pay that. It is going to save us about $8,000 if he will pay that.
Yeah, that was my question. How can he have it for sale when it's on foreclosure? That's like, if it's on foreclosure, you can't just
Yeah,
sell
he
it
can.
out for under.
And he actually, I emailed Jacob on that, Chelsea, and I'm sorry I skipped you, Tabitha. The court, Danny Mondell has, according to what I've heard, has slammed me like crazy on those horrible Facebook pages. He's got a guy come into the office today and told me that Danny Mondell's going to beat me up. You know, I mean, the people in Sawachi even know this shit. I emailed Jacob and I said, Danny Mondell's got his lot for sale. If he sells it, let's pray he pays us.
So he can legally sell it until it's
He still owns it.
right.
But buyer beware. If you buy his lot,
You owe that.
there's a lien on it. Yeah, Robert. There's a foreclosure hanging over it, and there's a lien on it. That's called buyer beware. But Jacob said if he sells it, he does not pay us.
And what does he have?
The new owner of that property still has a court foreclosure coming in 2 days on that property.
So he has 2 days to sell it if he doesn't finish
I want him to pay us. in 2 days.
Nobody is going to buy
You have that amount, you have that amount.
So he owes like $9,000 or something like that, right? There is something. He's like $9,000 or something like that's what he owes.
No. You have that paper at the office, don't you? You've got
I
2
don't
more
know, I
days.
was just checking.
No, it's 60. I was praying he was coming over here. I just had it.
It was $6,000.
$6,132.57. He has 2 days, and it must be paid 9 to 3 over here. He's gone to the sheriff's office. He's gone to the courts.
Church.
And it needs to be paid right over here. And I pray that he pays it. Tabitha had a great, and Emma call you out there. Tabitha had a great idea. If we do the foreclosure, if it's Valentine's Day and he does not pay it, we go into the sheriff, it goes to sheriff's sale. Why isn't he responsible for cleaning it up? I wish. But I don't think it works that way. And I have not emailed Jacob and asked him. But I contacted a demolition company and I was praying 5,000 to 6,000, and I got a guesstimate that we will not stick to about 8,000 to clean it.
College scrapper will come in for free, so they'll take what they want.
The hunt the virus,
And scrap prices being,
okay, and the government will be involved. You cannot burn it because of the breathers. The government has to be involved in case there's asbestos. And as soon as the foreclosure is done, Sawachi County already has a blight order written, and whoever owns it gets 60 days to clean it up by Sawachi County Land Use. Mr.
Okay.
Havens. No, not you, Mr. Higgins.
Has anybody talked with that old boy down there in Monte Vista?
I don't know who that is.
He owns the scrapyard down there. He comes up and he cleans.
Oh, Louise.
He comes up, you ain't gonna make a hell of a lot of money, but he will come up and clean it up. And he don't charge because he gets the material.
That scrapper guy down there in Monte Vista,
He does it, he goes out to Marty Cross's, he cleans up his shit.
he's got the equipment, he's got the
Yeah, he's got
semis, he's got, there's a good idea, I want that thing down. What's that place called in Monte Vista, do you remember?
San Luis Valley Scrap or something like that. And I used to recycling, San Luis Valley Recycling.
Yeah, Monte Vista Recycle, put it in the minutes, Mr. Higgins said, yes, that's an incredible idea. And I have his number over there at my house. A possibility for the Daniel Mondale is the Monte Vista Scrubber dude at the old irrigation engineer building. Oh my gosh, I never even thought of that.
Well, he
Colorado Recycling, there you go.
Okay, now I have,
Hang on. So, are we done with that one? Guys, pray for Danny Mondale that he pays this. Because not only will it help us, he needs a place to live.
okay, now number 4, this will probably piss people off,
So before you say it, if you have a
everybody take a
question-
deep breath and relax,
If you
because
have a question that I am not able to answer, I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question.
that's fair.
And so, now go ahead.
I'm just stating this could possibly piss people off. And I'm just taking these off of what I received from the internet. Okay? Okay, how many board members are being paid, including Mr. Lupe Gonzalez? None, it's against Article 6, Board of Directors, Section 4, Compensation, page 5 of bylaws. And okay, there's 2 parts to this question. Did you or did you not, contact the KV attorney to see if this would be legal or how it would fit under liability laws? I think they're suggesting like the Board of County Commissioners. County Commissioner is able to go out and run a piece of equipment. He knows how to do it. But under liability reasons, he lets one of the workers of Road and Bridge go out and run a piece of equipment because that operator is covered under their liability insurance. How would it be covered in our situation for a member of the board working on payroll when he's not supposed to be? Under our covenants and bylaws say he's an elected volunteer.
You can have my job anytime you want it.
The maintenance man position Lupe is a board member, but we also have a maintenance man whose name is Lupe. And so that is, and when he's in the capacity of a maintenance man, he is not a board member.
But doesn't that still breed a conflict of interest?
I don't see it as one.
But does it see it legally as a conflict of interest under the law?
I've never had Jacob say anything about it, but I don't know.
Have you ever asked
I've
him?
never asked him, but he is fully aware that Lupe is the maintenance man, and so apparently he's never addressed it to me. So I don't know. As far as the rest of the board members getting paid, I wish. With the mileage I run to meetings and stuff, I wish, but no. And the board members that are on this board with me pay their assessments.
Okay, because I know under previous administrations they did not.
I don't know about that, but under this board, we are paying our assessments.
Okay.
Like
Now,
which
number
board members-
5.
Which board?
Okay, number 5. Now this one's an easy one. You being on the fire board, right? Okay. I think Tabitha Happel answered it earlier this week, but it was sent to me, so I've got to
Where's
ask.
David?
A cigarette?
So cheap. Really
Okay.
what Jesse went to.
Okay, putting a fire station on KV property. And if we can or cannot, and what is our fire plan for fire mitigation?
Define KV property.
Like here at the clubhouse or one of the lots that we own? Why not?
911.
No, as the vice president of the Northern Swatch County Fire Protection District, which I cannot really speak as the board because I'm just a board member, but it has been discussed many times. The district is very much aware of the increase in populations in the Joyful Journey, Mineral Hot Springs, Ewing, KV, and AA area. And we do see this area as growing. We do see the need in this area for a firehouse. As the president of this board and the vice president of that board, there is no way we're putting a building in this Greenbelt area.
What, okay, how big is the fire department there at Little Grove? How many volunteers they got there?
8,
8?
and they're firemen and EMTs also.
Okay.
Every fireman is also an EMT.
Little Grove is far, how far from there?
8 miles.
Okay.
The Northern Swatch County Fire Protection District is looking for volunteers from that community to become interested in becoming firemen in their district. When we know that there's a need, but there's no manpower. Before we dump $250,000 in a building and equipment in here, we gotta have somebody to run it.
As anybody else.
Ask what?
No
Every
volunteers from here.
every department, there's every department around here.
In other words, you're saying you gotta go volunteer for law, or Villa Grove, or Swatch to help out here. That's running 10 miles in a POV, either direction. When we could have a firehouse right here and respond to our firehouse to handle a fire here, which eliminates 45 minutes to an hour to get a piece of equipment here.
That's what they're wanting. They're wanting, I'm the only person from Joyful Journey to AA and all the way around here that's in the fire district at all. And
Well,
I'm not a
somebody at that
fireman, I'm
board,
told.
fire board needs to come in here and have a sit down and have a powwow, like we had, what, 9 years ago? I had 4 trucks ready to come here. From different departments that I used to be with. They were gonna give, Big Brother was gonna give us equipped trucks, and that day we shut it down.
I don't know anything about any of that, yeah.
I had a meeting right here with the fire chief, with the fire marshal, and all the fire chiefs around. We even went around and looked at all the wells.
They
And
even,
then they gave us that goddamn grant, and Ed went and bought those 42 lots. Instead of using the grant money for the water that they gave us to fix the fire.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I do, but what I'm saying is, whoever's at that fire deal needs to come down here and have a little powwow.
The board
Yeah, like-
meetings are the first, second Monday of every month at 7 PM in the Swatch Firehouse, except for June, July, and August.
I'll be more than glad to go up there like I did last time, and I'll get them all down there, we'll get the residents here, and then they can explain their stuff to all these people, why their house can burn down, and somebody in Swatch won't.
You know, and I
And
feel
why we
that
can't
because I
have
live
insurance.
here,
You can't even get insurance, Mike.
I don't have insurance, I can't afford it anyway, I have kids.
That isn't an idea. If you had a firehouse here, within 15 minutes of response time, you're no longer scale 8. You're now scale 1.
Well, the loans
Because
like
you
mine
can
are
get-
gone within 3 minutes.
Okay, you answered the question.
I'm fully aware of it. I'm
So
fully
why
aware of
aren't
it.
you backing us
But
up
let
in
me,
the fire board?
Finish this. I do not want a firehouse here on the KV land. I believe that they need to be separate. And I am working towards getting a KV lot that I would deed to, not from KV, that I'm working on personally, that I will deed to the fire district so that they will have their own lot in the KV for a future firehouse.
Michael, what do you have to do to a building to, if you've got water in a truck to run back and forth? What sort of building do you have to keep the water from freezing in the truck?
All it's gotta be is heated.
It's gotta be as insulated and heated.
Right, yeah, I know, but.
That's what we went
But-
over on
But
the
it's gotta
shop.
be, it's gotta be built, it's gotta be insulated, furnace has gotta be put in, and you've gotta train a crew.
You've gotta have liability like you would not believe.
Oh, I haven't thought about liability insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, can we move on to the
No,
next
hang on.
question?
Sorry,
What does the fire board consider an average response time acceptable in this district?
I have
Like
no idea.
California, we were 5 minutes.
I have no idea, I'm sorry, I don't know that much. I'm not a fireman, I'm just on the district board, I just pay the bills and stuff. So I don't know what the fireman's response time is.
It takes
I
an
should-
ambulance at least 10 minutes.
No, I know, we're watching the face house burn down.
Yeah, well, yeah, you guys wanna talk about fires? Ask
Right,
me.
exactly.
How long did it take me to get to Lucas House?
I was just telling him, I didn't even pay attention. I called, cause I called.
There's another thing, Chester. You say you can't get a house insurance in this place? You're wrong.
Well, who is it? Because I've been
You're
in about
wrong.
every one of them.
You're wrong.
Pretty sure.
Well, I'm not perfect, but I know I've burned up the phone lines trying to finance
I
it.
had insurance on my house and I couldn't afford it anymore and I dropped it.
Well, the whole thing is that's why. It's because you're over Schedule 8. You're paying cabin rates, like up in the forest. It's outrageous.
It wasn't that expensive, I just had kids in college. Mine was only $400 a year, I just couldn't afford it at college.
We can't get insurance until they fix our street name. Yeah, the house has to show the address, and my address isn't what it says.
The
it is.
state, I heard from her today, and I'm sorry we're drifting. And that's,
Let's go.
and yeah, that's, we got that one done. I had 3 other ones that I had to deal with too. And I got those fixed too, and today, the signs were ordered today.
Okay, are we
I went with the
ready?
911 system, the Sabre versus Babber.
No, yeah, that was a typo, okay, go ahead.
Okay, we're on number 6 out of 10, so we're on the downhill slide. Okay. When the board of directors replaces a board member, why are they not appointing someone that was on the ticket from the last election that was nominated and voted for? That one popped up quite frequently. Wouldn't it be a good idea to take that into further account? Because this question keeps on popping up.
I don't have anything to say on that one because I don't see that as a concern.
Some people would see it as a concern as a secondary that you're promoting cronyism, you're not spreading out enough of different ideas, and that you're just wanting yes men. I've had that also posed too. So I just boiled it down to one simple question. As to when the board of directors replaces a board member, as in the case of Mr. Jason Box, that why are they not appointing someone that was on the ticket from the last election that was nominated and voted for?
I actually didn't even, I was the one that searched John out, and I actually was searching for someone in finding 3. to
Well, I
replace
understand
Jason-
that,
to
but
replace
I'm
Jason
just
Box.
asking a question.
Okay, I know it, but that's my answer. I didn't even think about ballot or election. I was trying to get, because we got 4 board members in filing 1. Even though we are one community, I would like to have representation from each of the sections. And so when Jason finally, what do you call that?
Resigned?
No, sadly, he didn't resign. When he finally missed enough meetings to where he was removed from the board, I went into 3 and looked for a replacement. Because I wanted representation in 3, like Jason was.
Okay,
And so that is actually my fault, because I searched John out and actually went and knocked on his door and said, and I don't know that he even had any considerations of being a board member until I presented it to him, and it was because of where he lived.
okay, now, I think that has been adequately answered. But, number 7, how do we stand on the collection of debts owed to the KV estates? With these being said on these collections, why are we trying to spend more money on lots that are showing such little return? Like, why are we buying more of something that we're not really getting a great return on? We're having problems with having to go back and repossess, like the lots that were bought from the county or other individuals that were sold to the growers and other people that have decided they no longer wanted to be a member of our community. This question was posed: why are we attempting to purchase more lots?
All the lots sell for the same. A vacant lot sells for $8,000, $12,000.
I don't know about the past. If I've been kind of selective since I've been president again, the lots that I felt were resellable, highly desirable, are the ones that we've picked up. Because of my day job, I found a couple, 3 lots that we picked up on back taxes that were, instead of them being clear out in the middle of a block and no electricity around them, I didn't bother with those. The ones that had electricity right on the edge of the lot, that's the ones we picked up. Because hoping that they would be more desired for someone who would want to buy them and move into our community. As far as the past, when I first came on in July, and Tina Swisher was still here, she sent information to Jacob. Someone had not paid in like 6 months. They were buying them from KV and they were paying their monthly payments, and they had not paid in 6 months, and Tina wanted to foreclose on them. And I just came in and was just swamped, and I said, we're not doing this, we're not doing this, we're not doing this. And I think it was like Tina's first few weeks, they walked in and they walked in with like $6,000 or $8,000 in cash and finished it off, and yeah, you were in there because of all that cash. And we're done. And if we'd have started the foreclosure proceedings on that one, we'd have threw more money after that. So we have got 4 LL down there, 3 or 4 or 5 in a row there that we're gonna have to do something with, because that's that mess there. They are long behind, and we're gonna have to do something about them because but I've kind of been waiting for spring and praying they come back around over here, and then they're gonna, well, that's LL's right across the street from your house. It's over on the corner with that black painted.
Yeah, they're in and out all the
Yeah,
time.
and I keep going by over there. Well, I go on my milk route, I call it. I go and I'm watching that place where that boxcar is, where that black trailer is. And then I go down and I go past Mule's house since he's gone to make sure that there's no tracks in his place. And then down west of Mule's place and south of the street, there's a lady that called me one night. Her name is Desiree. And I don't know what her last name is, Desiree. And she lives behind the old Thomas Thorpe house. And there's some lovely people that are living in that area down there, and they're driving across her lot. And I actually had Dom down there the other night looking at it, because they're driving across her lot instead of going around the rest of the way and pulling into the south end of the Thomas Thorpe lot. And so I've been doing that, and then I've been going over towards over there towards west and going over to Golden and then coming out, because there's some people over there I'm looking at that are behind. And so, that's why I've been kind of watching, but I never see anybody in there at that black trailer.
Okay,
I had to copy, I filled out reports. last week. The sheriff's department.
On that black trailer?
Oh yeah, they were there. They walk in, walk out, or they've been staying up there on Gold Hill at that 1 acre house. They come down, they go in there, they mess around, they put something in the comics box, and then they sneak out, get the pickup, drive off.
To the A-frame on the west side of Golden Hill?
Well, you got,
I know which one that is. That's the one
well,
that's got that
it's
back
got a comics box inside of it, but it's an A-frame sort of house out there.
Yeah, okay. I'll watch that. Cause I gotta get a hold of that guy. I've got his bill here. He hasn't paid since God was a child. And so, what? Sorry.
That, people that were living over there, 582, are they that moved over there that Tommy's house property?
No, those are an entirely different group of lovely people that are down there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got a lovely people. Since you mentioned that, the lovely people that are east of Tabitha and David's house over there. Huh? Yeah, Tweaker Avenue. You can go visit them. Swatch County Courts. Did you read it in the center paper? Alejandra popped them. Yeah, yeah. Alejandra popped them big time, and they have got more charges than. Yeah.
Well, they did it short of the story. I watched Dewey rip that Cherokee off.
Which place we talking about?
Right next to it, the tiny house.
There where you're looking at the people in the Connex box, the black trailer.
Okay,
There's
The tiny
that,
house next to it. I watched Dewey walk over there, pop the hood on that Cherokee, rip something out of the hood, took the radiator hose off, so I called the sheriff's department.
Oh, the guy south of them that's got the little girl. Okay.
Alright, they've been stealing, that one ton pole, Dewey stripped it. Literally, I watched him walk across the refrigerator on his back. And whenever they can't find out who owns it.
it keeps on coming back to the
board.
board.
And the KB has to make a complaint of him coming across there. That young female officer is supposed to be talking to you guys, and Henson, because both of them came out in 2 different cases to talk to you about who owns that, who's got the vehicles, because they stripped the 1-ton dually that was down below there. Totally stripped it. And I got a stack of my copies of the reports that high.
And then they trespassed on my property, and I have a Grand Marquis sitting right there, which is my uncle's, and they broke into the car, pried open the gas tank, broke off the locking gas cap, and attempted to siphon gas out of it because they didn't get very far because it's one of those protection
Did
things.
you get a picture of him?
I didn't get a picture of him. Who
We got a
knows?
picture of him and it didn't do any good. Who's Terry Havings?
That's my uncle.
Okay, I need to talk to you about that when we get done.
Um,
Not about
well-
KB stuff.
I've got.
We had, when was that? We had, the night of the fire. We have video cameras. And someone cut the gas line on the blue tractor and broke into the propane tank, the diesel tank, and we have them on video. We have a picture of their car. We have a dude in the brown coat. Hanson said, there's not enough evidence there for nothing.
Is it civil?
No.
I'm surprised you went to.
He goes over there and then he comes back and then he goes, no.
You see him walking up to the thing, that's it.
So
Okay.
that's why every building is now double locked.
Okay, now number 8. If we're ready to move on. After this, we only got 2 questions. 3 altogether. Okay? Okay, number 8. Did the board get a confirmation that all former board members have been removed from the banking accounts And why did it take so long to remove former board members from the accounts?
I got the paper tonight, it's right there, so I'll take it and we'll start doing it. First of all, because I didn't realize that it was still there. When I came on, the secretary went in and put me on and took Ed Davis off. And so, okay, that's done, we're done. And then I went in there, what reason did I go in there? I went in there for something else and found out there were names on there that had been gone forever. And so that's why we've been doing this in the minutes here. And then we just posted, then after we got Jason off, we waited until we got John on, and now we're gonna do it.
Okay.
But I canceled, how many were there, 5? I canceled all credit cards, including the ones we had in our pockets. Or not in the desk. Don't have any. Those lights over there. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Number 9. What is the year in which we can redo what is the year we can review and change the bylaws and covenants of the KVHOA? And will there be a committee of homeowners to take the suggestions of the homeowners on what they would like changed and be able to set it up for a vote of the group of the homeowners that live in the KV estates?
The bylaws, I think, can be changed whenever you feel like it, but I don't know.
What was it? You said every 13?
Huh?
Well, let's look. We got a copy right here.
It's every 10 years.
On the bylaws.
Yes, and you said at the annual meeting. It
Oh,
was,
The covenants are every so many years, and I thought it was 2023.
Change every year.
But I thought the bylaws could be changed whenever you felt like it.
And then,
But hang on a minute. And so the problem I had with that question was, not the question, the one part of that was this subdivision is made up of 800 lots. So many. And you said everything put together and then voted on by the people who live here. That is not right.
I'm just reading the question as it's
I'm just
presented.
saying, because as a board, we represent every property owner, not just the property owners that live here. And there's been previous boards here that believed that everybody who lives here, previous board members, everybody who lives here makes the rules, and vacant lot owners have no rights and no say. And I'm sorry, that's incorrect. And so I went into the office at that time, and that was many, many years ago when I was president, and I went into the books, and I said, all right, if the people that live here want to be in complete control, your assessments just went up to $5,000 a year. Because if you're going to be in charge and the vacant property owners have no rights, then they should not be paying your bills.
Okay?
And so, and of course, that was not very happily received. But I do not have any plans to raise the assessment.
I'm down for it, bring it on.
It almost needs done. I
I'm
mean,
serious.
we're kind of way
Chelsea.
Walk yourself out the door.
I pay $8.25 for tax development.
You are correct.
And it's the smallest lot I've ever seen.
We are too low in our assessment, and I agree. But like the Baca, we can't even collect what we're got now.
If you bring up the Baca, how is it the Baca was built at the exact same time as KV? They have paved roads, they have their own sewer station, sewer plant, they have their own fire station, they have their own water district. And we're struggling, we're still a third world country.
They got $100,000 homes there too.
We were here too,
You too,
we're
people were
trash.
If we put in an architectural committee and followed the universal building code, that's all we'd have to do.
People pay their dues, we would have.
The Baca dues are like $600 a year.
I could do that.
Bring it on.
And they're not, and I just did 26 CTDs yesterday, and they were all in the Baca because people are consolidating their lots. And one of them had like 8 lots, they were consolidating into one lot. Because, so then instead of paying 8 assessments, they only had to pay 1. And people are over there consolidating those Baca lots all the time. And I just keep looking at it and think that POA has no idea how stupid they are. They need to lower their rates, and they wouldn't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in outstanding debt because people aren't paying it. We have people calling the office all the time. I own a Baca lot, I don't want it anymore, and the POA keeps harassing me. Would Saguache County please take that lot? And the POA threatened to sue the Saguache County Commissioners, and so Saguache County no longer takes Baca lots on that tax.
Does the mobile home park there at the where the lake used to be, does this still exist?
Casita Park,
Park.
the Saguache County owns about 40% of it.
Well, there's about 5 people live out there, 10 people, something like that.
Go ahead.
Okay, number 10. The last one. And will the board, okay, with board member replacement being 3 missed meetings, okay, now this, okay, what is the procedure used when a board member has missed 3 meetings for being replaced? Do they get warned? Do they get called? What's the procedure?
I wasn't aware there was one.
Well,
And that
most,
I may be lacking because I was never aware that there was one. And when Jason missed his 3rd meeting, he was done. And I announced it at the meeting. Okay, this is the 3rd meeting that Jason's missed. It was in the minutes every month. When Marty's had personal things that he's been gone on, it's in the minutes. Marty is excused from this meeting, and that's for personal things. And it's, can I tell what it is?
Sure.
It's medical things.
I don't mind.
Okay. And so if he's in the Colorado Springs Hilton, called Penrose Hospital, you expect him to be here for the meeting? You know, or he just got out that day and came home, you expect him to come over here to the meeting? I don't. And so he is excused for personal reasons from that meeting. But let me answer that question. If there are rules and regulations in that, I'm not aware of them. Like when Jason missed one meeting, it's Jason's absent, it's in the minutes. And then at that 3rd meeting, I said, Jason, I don't even know where it's at, it's here somewhere. Jason has missed 3 meetings in a row, and he's out, and we need to be looking for someone to replace him.
a follow-up question for me personally. Okay, saying that there is no absolute procedure, shouldn't this board of directors create a procedure to be able to deal with that in a fair and logical manner?
It's in the bylaws. Basically what I just did.
Well, these bylaws
Just that
are
says
pretty
that-
damn vague. Maybe they should be updated to,
But it says in there that, you know, that they're removed, and then and again, they are vague, that it says, you know, okay, he missed January, February, and March, say, so can we replace him on March? Do we need to wait till April? Do we have 3 months to replace him? Do we have 6 months to replace him? It doesn't say. I've never found anything that said that.
okay, well, like I said, these were questions that were asked to me by the internet to present to this board, and I thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Question, is there any update on the trash pile at the end of Rundle and Woodard?
That behind the blue shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see them go in and out of there, and
Yeah.
it's trash.
That is, they are being watched by the sheriff's office,
Right.
but they are coming in and they're being watched by their new neighbor.
Okay, are you over there? Okay.
Loopy lives there now,
Oh, he does.
over there now, but near there. And, they come in the night,
They do, I know, I watch them.
and they are being watched by the sheriff's office very closely. The unfortunate part is they don't own that lot. It's I don't even know what it is, it's a company called Land L LLC. Owns the lot, they're paying payments on it. So it's an investment company or a brokerage firm, I have no idea.
They're a lien holder.
I was just
They
terrified
hold,
it's gonna catch on
just
fire.
like the motor vehicle. When you buy a motor vehicle from the bank is the lien holder. But you do retain certain rights as long as you pay your payments. So technically, I think you would still be the homeowner or the landowner. You're just
Like a
paying.
motor vehicle.
But well, not yes and no,
That's something you might want to ask the attorney.
because in our covenants, it says you must be an owner of record.
You are a owner of record on that.
Because if it's through a
And it
land
says
use
that you
title.
cannot be someone who is making interest payments. It says that in our covenants, because that guy down there in the bottoms that wanted us to finance his water tap, that came in and said over there, I knew I didn't know that name for a reason, because he didn't own that property, and he's buying it from that same Land L, it's LANDL, LLC, and I have no idea where they're out of. They haven't paid their taxes yet.
I just wanna make sure somebody like you.
They paid their assessments, but, that's kind of a gray area.
Isn't that the same company that's going around here offering people money for their lots and stuff?
I have no idea.
Cause they were sending letters out a couple years ago to a bunch of people. They went through the tax assessor's office and
I have no idea.
They just recently did it again, $1,500 for a lot.
We're selling coming by 9.
they don't wanna give you the face value. They wanna give you really low ball.
Is there anything else? Yes. I love that bright yellow shirt. I actually can see it. I'm having a sight problem tonight.
Off my front porch, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, there's a fifth wheel camper. Come home the other night, the door's wide open on it, we haven't seen anybody there for 2 years, you've been here? Called PD, they came out, Hanson came to the house and said there's so many pack rats, and that camper is blowing the door open. He comes through every night and shuts that door and puts a board up, and the pack rats are busting the door open.
Mean kiddos are turbo rats.
One bite.
Oh God, I hate rats so freaking bad.
I said, can you shoot them? He goes, I'm not gonna dirty a bullet. It's hantavirus in there.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like, some of these areas, don't go in there. It's not worth your life. There's a camper across from Chelsea's, that behind the blue shop there, that whole trailer's been over there for days with the door
They
open.
got like tarps and stuff like hanging on there.
Well, one that's right behind your place over there, it's been there 10 years.
That
11
fifth
years.
wheel that's over, yeah. Well, did you hear about the people from West Cliff that live over there? And they had like an 8-foot tall fence around their pole camper, and the people in the same block and 2 lots over cut their fence and drug the camper 2 lots over and put a tarp over it.
And then what about this one on Fifi right here in Filing, one that the whole side of the trailer's like blown out, and then the other trailer that's on the same lot has like plywood put on.
Well, that would be Ernie Bundridge's old place.
It's like blown out.
Oh, that's Ernie Bundridge, he was a board member here. That's the one that's east of Loopy's old house. That's Ernie Bundridge's old place, and he passed away. And I found him, and his daughters live in Alamosa, and they were trying to get that cleaned up. And they're up here quite a bit. It's just that he worked for the landfills for several years, and there's a lot of shit in there.
Yeah, I was just curious, because those are the types of places where the rat problems happen, like Bonnie Gray's house, when you don't have windows and stuff, that's where they're gonna make trouble, I mean, it kind of affects everything.
Frickin'
So that was my question.
And then
What are we gonna do to enforce the covenants this year? Are we going to be enforcing the covenants at all?
I hope not.
Really? Well, according to land use, unless you guys do something, there's not a lot they can do either.
These covenants, it is my personal opinion and not necessarily the board, other board members' opinion, that these covenants are so old that I would prefer that Saguache County land use their codes out here. They've got the newer codes, they've got the law enforcement, they've got the road and bridge, and let them be the heavy.
And the sheriff's
Then you need
department.
to delete the covenants according to land use, because ours takes precedence for this area. So if y'all aren't gonna do nothing, they aren't gonna really do anything either.
Well, when they, it's like that place over there east of you, when they had a problem, they came to me and said, do you, and I sent them letters, and I've sent several letters to land use, that we have a problem with, like that meth line over there. And then with our letter from the board, then they are able to go forward, but I let them go forward. Because they have the lawyer. We do have covenants, and they are here and they are legal. And if we wish to, we've got a damn good lawyer, and we can certainly enforce them. But we got enough legal fees around here. Let's watch County for once in a while do something.
No, I'm talking about writing letters and assessing fines and trying to get
The
something.
problem with fines is who's gonna be the policeman that goes and collects them.
Just put it on the thing.
And, let me ask you about, let me give you a second and hang on. But just to send a letter of support to land use and let land use do something is working. It worked on that place over there. It's worked on that place over there. We'll see how it works in 2 days on this one over here.
You look on Tweakerville, all it did is lose one trailer. I have pictures, I got 11 campers over there and one trailer left.
And he's
That's
got
not
a
working.
major court date coming up.
Okay.
Major. They popped him for no sewer, no driveway, no address, not adapting to land use code. Frick, I think I threw that away. There was like 8 charges, major thing. He's in deep. And it's not here, and it's not at land use. It's in court. And they are dealing with that mess over there, which should be condemned because it's unhealthy.
What about Fairchild's place? Are they gonna do something about that?
Not at this time.
There's
So can we walk through there with a can of gas and walk out and go and match guns?
Or how about the open sewer they got over there?
They are aware of that, and I have sent a letter about that, and they have investigated that, and I think they fined him on that. Because he did go, because then they went over there, Fairchild, we're talking about Fairchild?
Yes.
Because then they went over there because of my letter, and Fairchild pulled a weapon on the officer, and then he got to go to court for a while.
That's why I didn't see him around much.
Down there in the bottom of filing 3, there is, where that house has been put up, down there, where that section is, clear in the bottom. But anyway, there's a travel trailer down there. It's got straw bales all the way around it, including on the roof.
The straw bale had stacked,
And
house,
there's a
stack house.
septic hose coming out into the bar ditch. I think
There's a propane line coming out of the
oh no.
west side of it.
Oh, no, we're talking.
I'll go look at that. Okay, go ahead. Aren't you, Robert?
Yeah, I need to try to get some signatures for storage and garage.
Robert
Lodge.
Lottie. Okay, I didn't know because it's D's instead of T's.
Right.
I had a grandmother named Lottie that was with T's, and so I didn't, with a name like mine, I didn't want to mispronounce your name. So do you have, oh, look. I love maps. Thank you. Y'all know Robert Lottie, you know John. This is our new board member, John Wolfman. He lives in Vining 3 on Tapanero. Nakashima,
Gloria be.
and, look at map, and he lives at the bottom of Ford, on Ford Circle, I go down there because I've got a couple of problem children down there, and so I go by there
That's
and,
all good. But I got a storage tank and I'm gonna build a garage on two of those. Get all my stuff out of the way, out of the yard.
so it's a garage, it's not a house. Did you do a Saguache County permit?
He needs that.
And then you're going to Saguache County, okay, I like it, guys. I like it, you did awesome. Sorry, I didn't know you were here, I thought you were just here to visit. I wish you'd have said something, I put you through early. You should have said, I'm so sorry to make you wait. I'll sign it, give me it. I like it, he's got a map, I like it, he's got in the bottom of Ford Circle. He has a nice house down there. He's got a boy that has that white pickup that works all the time. I like kids that work.
And his daughter, and don't forget.
Oh, I don't know the daughter.
We work together.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
She's getting ready to be assistant manager there, so, yeah.
Oh my God. I love short people that work. Man, you've got to work in this world. I'll sign it.
No, we're gonna be doing something.
You never take something.
I'll be on the back out of it.
Alright.
You're darn right. This is an awesome thing. I like
Make
it.
copies of that, right? Put it in the file.
Speaking of filing free,
Hang on. I hate this pen. I hate that. I'm the one that brought it over here.
That, and then I'm gonna get a snapshot of that.
Yeah.
Spring, I got all the wood. Took them like 3 months, to give me all that wood. And by the time they got to me, it was totally good.
This winter has been so cold.
Yeah. So, once spring hit.
Marty, are you interested in signing that application of approval? Okay, so that needs to be in the minutes that we have unanimously approved that. I can't say that word. For shit.
okay.
Guys,
I thank you for giving me a little bit of additional time. I thank the board. I live in Filing 3 and within a close proximity of Ford and Avenue. And I've noticed people thinking that it's a damn racetrack. Is there any way that this board can ask our illustrious county government to either lower the speed limit or put a cop out there to enforce their speed limit?
On the private or on CC?
On Ford Avenue, that's county road.
Oh, okay.
well, I vote for on all of them.
Yeah, I'd like to see it lowered to 25 myself. 25 miles an hour is a good, safe, reasonable, prudent speed.
That's actually not a bad idea. I don't know that we can do that.
You can petition the county government and Road and Bridge.
No, for on our own roads.
Yes, you can. But you can ask the county on their roads because their jurisdiction, you can, years ago when I worked on the sign crew for Park County, all you had to do was put in a complaint to Road and Bridge saying you believed that the speed limit was too high since it was their road and asked them to please lower it to 20, 25 miles an hour. And usually they sent one of their guys out there with a radar gun and took the average speed of the road. We even caught a couple deputies speeding years ago. But they took the average of the road and they figured out appropriate speed limit. It's a complicated math thing that I'm not going into. But you can petition Road and Bridge or the county government to lower the speed limit within your borders.
Now, can the sheriff enforce it being on private property?
Probably could if it was legally posted under the 43 code, under Title 43. Title 43 gives the 42 code or Title 42 the teeth to be able to be enforced. That's how come a state trooper can pull you over for doing 80 in a 65 is because it's already posted. I can bring up the state statute to show you.
Okay, is there anything else?
Yeah,
Okay.
because other than that, it's a reasonable prudent speed.
I'm
Be nice
thinking
if
on
somebody knows.
Have this, sir.
We got, do you have a copy of that for me?
I scribbled it on the back of the covenant. I can send it to you by email tomorrow.
Okay, email, let me look at it, please.
I didn't turn it back.
So, and who do we have?
Jeanette?
Where-
Chelsea?
Oh, and Heather, yeah.
I have break for it tonight.
Yeah, that lady there, and that lady over there,
And
and
the other lady
then,
over there.
where's Jeanette? She told me she was coming over here.
I messaged her right before, she didn't answer me, but she did 5 minutes before that, so.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing, I just put the holidays down. St. Patrick's Day, nothing. Easter,
Is he on the-
No, not yet, John. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Easter, $100 for incorporating May, nothing, June, nothing, July. $300 for the barbecue contest, apples, pie, eating contest,
Yeah, and as we have a, what do you
We
call
should
it?
have a little extra.
Over the trout.
Yeah, we'll try.
No, we do that.
Yeah, she said nothing. Oh, she did contest.
What about Chester's, when did you wanna do your, look at Chester's, oh shit, what did I do?
Right?
What's the matter?
When did you wanna do your smoking thing?
That was
Oh, we'd like to do it in the summer around 4th of July. That way we can do a barbecue contest, have a few little minor prizes, you know, something not real expensive, something kind
So
of
that's-
like,
this
well, I
is
got
Chester's
first,
smoker
second, or
thing?
third.
This is Chester's event, right?
Okay, and then the chili cook-off thing, like Howard has?
We've already done one here 2 years ago. Jason
So
actually
that's
won.
separate from the Halloween?
Halloween is $100.
Howard's been, called.
Why are we spending $75 if everybody's bringing?
Because, well, what happened is the prizes and.
Okay,
Just like last
And
we
that's
did
max,
one,
that's
chili
max.
cook-off, gift certificates for the prize winners. Try to build a culture, do a little bit of advertising for it, that we get other people coming in from around the community with us, kind of build atmosphere. And it'll be a completely alcohol-free event, family friendly.
okay, you can hear again. Okay.
As
So
long
you-
as we don't have people outside. the
So I wait
community.
to pay that much money?
No, these were the packages, I'm just writing them down. This is the one we're after. And it's.
But she also put up that deal that we're going on a Mars garden.
Yes.
Yeah, gardens, that came from my.
Okay,
The vendor paid for it.
I like it a lot, I like it a lot. Okay,
Since we're not together.
it's good,
It's a little.
so put this in the, well, I gotta present it first, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, what I wanna do, when they come up with this idea, and I really like it, January, I do not want a New Year's event because it ends up with alcohol.
Alright.
And I do not want alcohol. Valentine's Day is in 3 days. I can't put something together that fast. St. Patrick's Day, is there anybody that's Irish? Oh my goodness, you're not Irish.
I'm Scots-Irish.
So we're not and that's fine.
I'm Scots-Irish.
The only thing I could come up with was having beer gardens from, so, yeah, and that's why I was like, those three, we spent this, we spent a club on this, we didn't have that issue. That was my logic.
So we're not even next year.
Nope,
It's just,
and
and I'm okay with that.
I figured with this, normally we have this, and this, right here.
How often are we gonna do this?
Once a month, and if we get enough activity, we can do it.
Okay, so, nothing in January, nothing in February because we missed Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day needs to be spent asleep in my chair. I'm with your loved one. March, if you're Irish, go do your thing. But you can't get Pushkevich to be Irish. Easter, $100. Easter egg, candy hiding. Did you guys get this done? Over there all signed? May is nothing, June is nothing, 4th of July. Pay the bills. 4th of July, $300. We're gonna have a barbecue contest, smoker contest, and I want fireworks.
I was gonna ask you, are we gonna do that?
Oh, yeah, Tabitha's not happy, I wrote on her note over here. She's madder than
So-
me.
zero
Randy
on there for that
Stubbs
one.
is old fashioned, pie baking, pie eating, watermelon eating, apple bobbing, go back old fashioned, ice cream making, the whole freaking 9 yards, go back old fashioned.
4th of July, so instead of just barbecue and brats,
Yeah,
we're gonna do barbecuing and smoking,
yes.
Make it a whole day event.
the whole day event, and then fireworks at night. There will be no alcohol. And
I'm
there's
fine
no
with that.
smoking in this building. August is the annual meeting, and we have to pay for the meal for that, and so that's not an event, that's. September, we're gonna do a fall event, it'll be the chili contest. And that's $75 for prizes.
Prizes, yeah, because we do chili, we do both kinds of chili, the red and the green, and they also do the cornbread. And last year I paid out, or the year before last, I paid out of pocket, each one was $25, got Chelsea help. I got mixing bowls and all sorts of cool cookie shit.
What do you guys think? We don't care. Thanksgiving, November, $100. We usually, this year we did turkey and a ham, and we'll do ice and drinks, and so.
Yeah, because the turkey really is about $10. The ham's about $20, everything else is potluck, and $50 for ice and drinks is way more than enough.
And then no Christmas, because that's a family event, so that equals $675. Then they wanted to do monthly
Monthly for, at first I see it take off.
monthly bingo games over here. And they want $200 to buy a bingo machine, something or other.
And then
What
what
do
we
you guys
have,
think?
the money that we would make off the bingo, the kickback that we do, will supplement this event next year, so the board does not have to pay for it.
So, portion of the proceeds of the chips that they play bingo.
Yes, they get a payback,
And then they like half.
half goes
state.
back to the KV and supports these events next year. Huh? We're gonna make you call.
I don't know my letters and my numbers. Do I have a motion for this? I have a motion from John to do this. Tabitha's gonna email this to me, and Tabitha, you have Tina's email? And Jack seconded, and Lukey says that gambling is illegal.
I'll get it sent in the morning.
Thank you, not about, I think it looks great. Ladies, thank you. Really good, I really like that. I'm glad to see that you guys did that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that much money, and I think it's a good beginning to use this freaking building that costs us so much to heat in the winter. To some use. Is there anything else? Okay, we'll be doing signature cards, whenever Loveliness gets them done. And then I don't know whether I'll be knocking on your doors or bringing you to the next meeting. Depends on, yeah, maybe when you start. How long it takes. So that we'll get signature cards rolling. And we're gonna, you want on the signature card still? Okay. Adjourn, second, we're out of here.
Okay.
Thank you guys for coming. Next month, we might meet in the office if it's just cold.
It's gonna get warm.
Copy of this, huh?
It's gonna be warm.